Okay, the Detroit Lions just got a very unique boost. A very unique boost going into their Thanksgiving game against the Chicago Bears. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, it was talking about all the bad news that the Lions got after an 18-point, really easy victory against the Indianapolis Colts. But, oh, by the way, they've won 9 in a row. In case anyone was wondering, they're 10-1 for the first time since 1934. Like, we are legitimately watching something that probably hasn't happened in anybody's lifetime that's watching this video. Because if it had happened in this video, you haven't seen it since, 1934, which means it happened when you were 90 years ago. And you would have had to go to the games back then. So I don't think anybody's ever seen the Detroit Lions do what they're doing. But that's not what this video is about. So here's the question I have for you before we start. Yes or no? Is this the single best Detroit Lions team that you've ever seen? Is this the best Detroit Lions team that you've ever seen? Or would you say last year's team was better? Do you think maybe one of the teams in the 90s was better? Do you remember another team? Or is this, even though we haven't done anything in the playoffs, is this already the best Lions team you've ever seen? So here's the unique boost that we're getting. And I'm going to show you a weird box score right now. And you're going to be like, Craig, what are you talking about? This is the Bears-Vikings box score. Now, the Vikings won this game in overtime. And Caleb Williams was, in the fourth quarter, I want to be clear about that, in the fourth quarter, finally what everybody thought Caleb Williams might be, right? He's always been able to run around and improvise and things like that, right? But he just hasn't been accurate. In this one, he was, and he did it to the tune of 340 yards passing. He didn't turn the ball over, and that dual threat worked really well. He had 6 additional carries for 33 yards. I believe almost all those were improv, scramble. I don't think any of those were designed quarterback runs, all right? So what's the boost? What are we talking about? One of the hardest things to do on a short week is to prepare for something you're not used to. And the Detroit Lions don't play every single week against an extremely mobile quarterback. All right, for example, let's look at our schedule so far. All right, how many mobile quarterbacks, truly mobile quarterbacks, have we played? I mean, like extreme running threats. And the answer is Arizona, Kyler Murray, absolutely. All right. Dak Prescott, no. Jordan Love, no. CJ Stroud, no. All these guys can run. Geno Smith, yes, can run. But the truly mobile quarterbacks that are on our schedule are Kyler Murray, Anthony Richardson, Caleb Williams, and Josh Allen. And even though we have this short week coming up, where we are going to literally play in 5 days. So you only have 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, to prepare for this game. And it's really hard to implement a defensive scheme for a mobile quarterback. But guess what? We just played one. So a lot of the things that we would be doing and running against Caleb Williams are exactly what we did against Anthony Richardson. Now, does Caleb Williams present a completely different feel than Anthony Richardson? Yes. Is he more accurate of a passer than Anthony Richardson? Yes. Is he sneakier? Yes. Is he faster? No. Is he more powerful? No. Does he have a bigger arm? No. All right. So these things that you have to get used to with Richardson, you also have to get used to with Caleb Williams. This is what I call a unique advantage. All right, because they were sitting, and you could make the argument that the Bears have something very similar. They were playing an offense that's a lot like ours, right? A not extremely mobile quarterback with a pretty good running back. They have They have Aaron Jones, while we're sitting here with Aaron Jones' much better version, which is, of course, Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Jahmyr Gibbs is what Aaron Jones only wishes he could be. I really do believe that. But here's the other thing that we saw. We struggled last year against the Chicago Bears. We did. In both games, we struggled offensively to move the ball. Jared Goff had, I think, 3 interceptions the first time we played them, somehow won it, and then they beat us in the second game. We struggled against the Bears. Here's where this team is different than last year. The Bears just got shown. Hey, 22 carries for 106 yards by Aaron Jones. The Vikings' run offense has not been nearly as good as ours all year. They love to throw the football. So if the Vikings can run the ball against the Bears, we can run the ball against the Bears coming off a week where they're going to be tired. So they were exposed up the middle. All right, that they showed like, all right, maybe they're not quite ready just yet to stop the run, and maybe this defense isn't as complete as we thought that it was. Also, we can make them one-dimensional. We do such a good job against the run. And what we did against the run against the Colts, even today, was just nuts. All right? I mean, Anthony Richardson carried the ball 10 times for 61 yards. About half of those were designed. Half of those weren't. Jonathan Taylor, stud running back, right? 11 carries for 35 yards. We just continue to do really, really amazing things. Really amazing things against opposing running backs. So nothing that they have scares me. What does scare me, and I talked about it in the video yesterday, is what happens because it looks like Carlton Davis is down. Now, I'm making this video, and I don't know the official injury report on Carlton Davis right now, but it was a non-contact injury, so that's scary. He's pointing to the inside of his knee. That's scary as well. So I look at those things and I worry about what is our secondary going to be. We'll get Terry Arnold back, I think. I think he was on schedule to play. Maybe they just didn't play him this week because they thought, hey, we want him healthy against the Bears. We want him healthy by our Thanksgiving. So, yeah, great. We'll get him healthy by Thanksgiving. I just don't really fully get, how do I want to put this, how we've been so injured in the secondary and how we are so injured in on the defensive side of the ball. Like a year ago in the offseason, not this offseason, but the offseason before, we went out and we brought in this entire different training staff, right? And physical therapy staff. And all of it was designed to just get us healthier, like, and keep us healthier. And last year you saw that. But this year, this defense just continues to get beat up over and over and over again. So anyways, with all that being said, with that frustration, if we can go out and we can beat the Bears, like, again, it's more proof that this is a special team. But, hey, we're 10-1. The Vikings are still right there at 9-2. All right? The Vikings are still right there at 9-2. And this division is still absolutely up for grabs. This is by far the best division in all of football. And also, one of the things that I thought was really cool, we just completed the sweep of the AFC South, right? We beat the Colts, we beat the Titans, we beat the Jags, and we beat the Texans. So we swept that division. In the NFC West, which is the division where these are the 8 games that everybody in our division has in common. Like, we all play all 4 teams from the NFC or AFC South. We all play all 4 teams from the NFC West. We have the 49ers still on our schedule. We're 7-0 against those 2 divisions. That's unbelievable. We swept the South last year. I remember doing that. That was fun. All right. And I want to say we swept the West, the AFC West. Like, just to see what we're doing is really, really impressive against other divisions in football. This is just a really good football team and showing that, like, if you're not used to playing them, like, it's not going to go well for you. So can't wait to play the Bears on Thanksgiving. Have some good turkey. Enjoy time with family. And hopefully we get to be talking about an 11-1 Lions team coming off of that, going up against the Packers on Thursday night following. I think it's the Packers following that game, isn't it? I can check. I think it's the Packers following that. Yeah, Packers. So these next 2 games will go a very long way in determining the division and our playoff. All right. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.